Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another pregnancy update. Now, originally, I had planned to do pregnancy updates every 2 weeks. I think it was like once I hit 20 weeks, just keep doing them every 2 weeks rather than every single week. But I think I've changed my mind, and I think that I'm gonna start doing pregnancy updates every week now, just because in this past week alone, a lot of things have started to happen and change. So I think I'm gonna start doing just back like how I did it before, like doing pregnancy updates every single week until this baby is born. So with that being said, this is gonna be my 33-week pregnancy update, and like I said, I have a lot of things to share with you guys. One of the biggest things is that I think I can officially say I'm in early labor, but I will go into all of the symptoms and the reasons why I think that once we get like actually into the pregnancy update. But first I want to share my stats with you guys. So today at exactly 33 weeks pregnant, which is Saturday when I'm filming this, I stepped on the scale and I weighed 137.8, and I believe in my last update, which was 32 weeks, I was 137.2 or 0.4, somewhere around there. But that is something that I actually wanted to mention, was that I have noticed over the past like month and a half, I haven't really been gaining that much weight anymore. I've stayed within 135 to 137 every single week that I weigh in. Like I haven't gone over that yet. So, I mean, I'm 137.8, so I know it's close to 138, but still, that is something that I've noticed, and that is actually something that people say is kind of a sign of like being in early labor, is when your weight gain starts to taper off. And usually people are still gaining weight at this point. Like not everybody, but I'm just saying, like if you're not in early labor or you're not, you know, approaching having a baby very soon, usually your weight gain is still like pretty consistent. I mean, according to my apps, it says that you should be gaining half a pound to a pound a week at this point in your pregnancy, but I'm not. So I'm not really sure. My weight fluctuates within a pound pretty much every day. Some days I'll wake up and be 135.5. Some days I'll wake up and be 137. It really just depends on like what I've eaten, how much activity I've been doing, my fluid intake, just so many things that affect your weight, because pregnant or not, your weight can fluctuate between 2 pounds on any given day. So I'm roughly 137 right now, which I haven't really gained anything from last week except for like point something pounds. Besides that, the baby is currently, according to my Bump app, the baby is currently roughly the size of a celery stalk. And fun fact, I absolutely hate celery. So I thought it was kind of funny that out of every food item they could have chosen from, they chose a celery stalk, but whatever. But it says that he's roughly 17.2 inches and around 4.19 pounds. And on my other app that I use, the Pregnancy Plus app, it says that he's anywhere from like 4.2 to 5.3 pounds or something like that. So in the 4 to 5 pound range, which another little fun fact was that my daughter Anastasia at 39 weeks and 1 day, which is when she was born, she was only 5 pounds 2 ounces. And when we took her home from the hospital, she was 4 pounds 12 ounces. So she was really, really, really tiny. She was about the size of a 33, 34 week gestation size baby, which is crazy to me. Like I never really thought about that. But for those of you that don't know, she had IUGR, which means she had intrauterine growth restriction. That's why she was smaller. But anyways, all of that aside, let me go ahead and jump into all of my symptoms, because I'm going to try and make these like a little bit on the shorter side, so not every video is like 20 minutes plus long, but try and keep it around 15 minutes or less. So aside from the whole like weight not really changing thing, the other symptoms that I've noticed are, one, I've noticed that the way he has been moving lately has been a little less. I haven't really talked about him like kicking a lot, but he kicks like crazy. Like he is constantly moving, and he's especially active at nighttime, like right when I try to get settled down for the night, like around 9. From like 9 to 11 is when he is like so crazy active. But I've noticed that it's less like kicks and punches and more like rolling movements. And I don't know if that really means anything, but I've just noticed that's something different. And I kind of feel like it's because he's running out of room. So I've noticed that his movements have been a little bit more different the past week or so. I have also been feeling extremely like anxious, and I don't want to say overwhelmed, but just like I feel the urge to want to get everything done, and that goes into my other symptom, which is nesting. I have been wanting to nest and get things prepared so much, and the fact that I can't do everything I want to do right when I want to do it and in the amount of time that I have in a day makes me anxious. So I'm trying, like there's so many things that I need to prep and get ready and be prepared for before he comes. Like I still need to make freezer meals. I still need to pack my hospital bag. I still need to get our room set up for him to be in our room for the first couple of months. I want to make labor and delivery little gift baskets or little gifts for the nurses when we go to the hospital. And by the way, these are all things that I'm going to be filming, so if you're interested in any of those, I will be filming them. But there's like so many things that I want and need to get done before he comes, before I go into labor, and it's stressing me out because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so Anastasia is my #1 priority all day, every day. Like I have to make sure she's taken care of and she is being tended to, and I'm interacting with her and feeding her, and you know, like all the basic mom stuff of being a stay-at-home mom. Then I'm also having to stay on top of my house. I'm also trying to get all of these things prepared. I'm also trying to keep up with my YouTube channel, which I absolutely love. YouTube just takes a lot of time. I spend at least 1 to 2 hours, 5 to 6 days a week doing something for YouTube, whether it's editing, planning, filming, something like that, at almost every single day. And sometimes it's more, especially if I have to edit, that takes longer. But there's all these things that need to be done, and it stresses me out because I'm trying to do all of it, because I know for a fact when this baby gets here, I'm gonna have to slow down in every aspect, and I wanna knock out as many things as possible before he gets here. So I've definitely been in the nesting mode, and like I said already, the fact that I am 33 weeks pregnant, and technically I should be slowing down right now, but I can't. It makes me anxious because I'm just worried that I'm not gonna have everything done. So the next thing that kind of goes into what I've already said is that I have been like just really emotional this past week. I've been watching a lot of birth vlogs, which is what you do when you're pregnant or you're trying to be pregnant, but especially when you get to the end of your pregnancy and labor and delivery is fast approaching. I feel like a lot of people watch birth vlogs, but I've just noticed that every birth vlog I watch, I just get so emotional. Not even like at parts that should be emotional, just like, you know, like random things. I just keep thinking about like what my labor and delivery experience is gonna be like, because I still don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna end up having another C-section. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have a VBAC. I don't know if I'm gonna try to VBAC and then it's not successful. Like I don't know, and that kind of is a little bit worrying to me, and makes me a little bit anxious and emotional, because I just want everything to be okay, and I don't know, it's just hormones. Like I'm just so emotional about everything. I'm emotional about seeing him for the first time. I'm emotional about being away from Anastasia and how it's gonna change our family dynamic, and just, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm gonna start crying for no reason, which is so stupid, but I've been extra emotional. Okay, so some other like physical symptoms that I have been having, I've noticed that my lower back has been really, I don't want to say achy, but it just feels like stiff and almost like pulling. Like it almost feels like if someone was behind me, like pushing on my back like this, it almost feels like someone's kind of like pulling my muscles away. And it's been really stiff, like off and on. Like right now it's fine, but I've noticed that there have been some days where it just feels more uncomfortable than usual. And then another thing is that, I've already mentioned this before, but I have been having more like early contractions. And I say early contractions because they're not like timeable or like consistent enough to be called like legit like labor contractions. It just feels like achy period pain. Like if you're someone that gets cramps when you're on your period, that's kind of what they feel like. It's not anything that I can't like talk through or like go about my day normally. It just kind of, you know, like, you know, they're there and it's really uncomfortable and it doesn't feel good, and it's not a good feeling. So those have been two other symptoms that I know for a fact I'm in early labor. And early labor doesn't mean necessarily that you're gonna like have the baby any second, because that's not gonna happen most likely. It just means that your body is like recognizing that, oh, okay, we're about to have a baby soon, let's start getting things prepared. And people can be in early labor from anywhere to like a couple days to 8 weeks. Like it really just depends on your body, your baby, how many pregnancies you've had, all these different things. There's so many things that go into early labor symptoms and signs and all of that, but I can tell that my body is in that phase. Another symptom is that I've been having headaches this week, and I'm not somebody who gets headaches normally, like just on an average basis. So when I get them, I notice them. And again, I've not changed anything in my daily habits. Like I'm still pretty much eating the same things that I've been eating, just maybe a tad bit more just because I've been hungrier. I'm still drinking a bunch of water. I'm still exercising. I'm still staying active. Like I don't know why the headaches are there, but I think again, it's another early labor sign. So that has also been another thing that I've been going through this week as well. And the very last thing that I will mention, I'm only gonna mention this because I feel like there's gonna be some people that will like attest to this. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but it's something that I've like taken note of. And for those of you that don't know, I have a cat. His name is Miko. We got him right when we got married, like a month or two after we got married, and we've been married, we'll be married 5 years in August. And we got him right after we got married, so he's been with us from the beginning. Miko is not a very, he's a very sweet cat. Like he's not mean, he's not crazy or anything like that. He's a very nice cat, but he prefers men, 100%. Like he doesn't really want to cuddle up with me. He doesn't really care that much about me, which is totally fine because cats make me itchy anyway. I love my cat, but he makes me itchy and I don't like to be walked all over anyway. The thing that I have noticed is that Miko is all up in my business lately. Like he has been following me around everywhere. Like earlier today when I was going to the bathroom, I usually leave the door open to go to the bathroom because I have a toddler, obviously. And I was peeing in the bathroom and Miko just comes up to me and is like, climbs up onto my legs and it's like sniffing my face, and like, he never wants to be around me usually. Like if I am feeding him or if I just go up and pet him, yeah, obviously he's gonna wanna like be next to me, but he will never just willingly come up to me and like be next to me. But I've noticed that he's been like following me more and just kind of like being all snuggly next to me, which is not like him. And I've heard that that is also another, like that's something that cats and dogs will do when you don't know you're pregnant and they can sense that you're pregnant. Like before you find out you're pregnant and they already like can like sense that something is different, they'll do that. Or they start doing that right before you're about to have a baby. That's just what I've heard. It's not like a scientific fact that is proven by any kind of tests or studies or anything like that. It's just like an old wives' tale. So I just thought I would mention that because it's just kind of like a just for fun little thing that has been going on. So those are all of my symptoms and signs of early labor and everything like that. Oh, the very last thing that I forgot to mention, which you guys can leave a comment down below and let me know what you actually think. I think that he has dropped. I don't know. I can't really tell, because the thing is, I feel like you get in your head a lot when you're at this stage in pregnancy, just trying to find any little sign and symptom for like, you know, labor about to start or early labor or whatever. But I feel like he has dropped. I don't want to say I've had like a ton of crazy pressure or anything like that, because I haven't, but I've just noticed that I've had that like dull cramping and my back is a little more achy. To me, my belly just looks a little bit lower than normal. At the very end, when you guys see my bump shot, leave me a comment down below and tell me if you think that he has dropped or like started moving down into the birthing position, because I'd be really interested to know, because I just like, I don't want to be biased and say that I think he has if he hasn't, or like be oblivious and, you know, like he has dropped and I'm just like not believing it. So let me know down in the comments below after I show you guys my bump shot at the very end. But that is going to conclude my 33-week pregnancy update. Like I said, I think I'm going to be doing these weekly now, just to kind of like stay up to date and document this time, and just in case I happen to go into labor early, which I don't really want to happen. Like obviously I'm done being pregnant, but I just want to be able to look back on this in case, like, you know, like I said, I do go into labor earlier than expected, but we're hoping that we make it as far as we can. So that is going to be it for this 33-week pregnancy update video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.
'Cause I can stay till the morning, stay till the dawn, but just hold me now. I wanna be so much better whenever you're around. I wanna say something clever to get in your mind, 'cause right now we're not together and I lose my way then. Oh, I feel so